All right, Mr. President, colleagues, we have another angel we're going to be celebrating today. It's truly an honor to celebrate someone who's made such a lasting impact on our city, not only through an extraordinary career, but dedicating decades of trusted journalism to our televisions. Today we're honoring Chen. Let's give it up for Ted. For over 30 years, Ted has been a trusted voice in Los Angeles, helping to inform, to connect, and guide the city through many pivotal moments. But what makes his story even more remarkable is that his work is far from over. We'd like to take a brief look back at his incredible journey.
We want to take a bittersweet but meaningful moment here at NBC4 to say, I'm not going to say goodbye, but so long to Ted Chen. After more than 30 years, Ted is signing off from our air.
From Hollywood to the Beijing Olympics, he's covered some of the most memorable stories we've had on the air over the years, both at home and abroad. And if there's one thing for sure that we can all say about Ted, his legacy will be one of kindness. Our Jonathan Gonzalez shares a look at Ted's storied career.
This is where the incident went down the first day of summer.
What has long made Ted Chen a great journalist is not his ability to effortlessly talk on TV.
In Anza today, the earthquake was the talk of the town.
What makes Ted Chen a great reporter and anchor is his ability to listen.
Ted is somebody who brought so much to not just this newsroom and to NBC Los Angeles, but to the community that he served.
For 30 years,
40 people were inside this building in their offices at the time of this fire.
Ted has delivered the news in Southern California for Southern California.
First of all, you look great. Can we just say that for 2 seconds?
Thank you very much.
You look
That's
fantastic.
Ted Chen is the ultimate newsman. Up until recently, he was still reading the printed newspaper. He is committed to his craft of journalism.
Good morning, Beverly, from Beijing.
I remember him going live from Beijing at the Olympics, and what an accomplishment that was, and it was so cool.
You went out of your way to seek out elements of the community that didn't think their stories were being told.
Good morning and welcome to News Conference. I'm Ted Chen.
Ted has long championed the communities he's covered, in particular being a proud voice for Southern California's Asian community.
But talking to actual Tibetans or people with roots in Tibet was a little trickier.
When I first rode the Golden Dragon Chinese New Year parade with him, I looked at him and thought, are you moonlighting as like a movie star? Because people were stopping our car, like our little float, and like, stop the car, I want to take a picture with Ted Chen.
He's going to be missed, not just by his colleagues, who saw him as a friend and an advocate, but also the viewer, who for many years now has depended on him to tell their story.
Thank you, Ted Chen.
And now, Ted's story is changing. After an award-winning career through Reno, Fresno, San Diego, and Los Angeles, Ted Chen is saying goodbye to news.
This is how we know we're getting close to the Oscars.
He has covered everything from hard news to the red carpet, and he never ages. Drop the beauty links, Ted. Share your tips.
We're going to miss you, and certainly the viewers of Southern California of more than 30 years are going to miss you too.
We always say that journalism is a higher calling, but trust me, Ted got the highest calling of all.
Thank you for your friendship, for your craft in journalism. We salute you on your next assignment. Good luck, Pastor Ted.
Wow.
All right, talk to us about that next assignment,
next?
because it really is a higher calling.
Well, many of you know I've been in seminary for the last several years. I got my master's in Christian studies, and right now I'm pursuing my doctorate of ministry. And so, yeah, I'll be graduating to full-time ministry beginning tomorrow.
Will you come back and help us?
I will be here.
Some of us need more help than
others. Whenever you need me.
You know, one thing you didn't see is really kind of the fun side of Ted.
Yeah.
I remember a time, you covered a lot of stories. It was so hot out there. You were dared from the set to turn around in a suit and jump in the pool.
That was very spur of the moment. Paul Moyer dared me for $5. I should have raised the stakes.
Really, I could have helped you negotiate that.
$5 to jump in the pool with my suit on. I was like, okay, $5, and I jumped in the pool. So that's what a lot of people remember about my 30 years, and I'm fine with that.
What do you remember most? I know it's been 30 years, but what stands out to you, Ted?
Well, definitely the Beijing Olympics, because it was China's first Olympics, and I remember how proud my parents were. You know, I told them I'm going to Beijing to cover the Olympics, and they were just so excited, and it was just so meaningful to see that moment for China and to go into the countryside and cover the plight of farmers. And of course, covering Hollywood all those years and getting to cover all these celebrities. And the biggest one for me as a Trekkie was Leonard Nimoy. When I interviewed Leonard Nimoy, I was like, oh my goodness. I normally didn't get starstruck, but him, Mr. Spock.
I know your family here, your work family is so proud of you.
Yeah.
What does your other family think about your next assignment?
Yeah, I think they are proud. I think they are amazed. They're a little bit worried. My wife is like, "Are you okay? Are you going to be okay?" I say, "Well, I'm going to miss it, definitely." And I tell people there's an adrenaline shot to this, to being part of this business. There's a serious, heavy responsibility that I took over the years. At the same time, I was like, honey, I need to get to work.
Yeah.
I'm racing against deadline, and I'll miss that adrenaline, but I'll also appreciate a slower pace and a chance to dig deeper.
Well, we will definitely miss you.
And Kathy Vara hit the mark when she said that you are the most calm person there is. You bring a sense of calm to those that you are around.
Well, I want to finish by quoting so many athletes we've seen on TV after a game or after they've made a big play. I'll take the encouragement and give God all the glory.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, young Ted.
All right. So, friends, as you've seen, Ted has stepped into a new calling, one rooted in faith, service, and sharing hope. And he often says LA is really the city of angels, and he really believes that. He's seen purpose in the path that has led him to UCLA nearly 4 decades ago, and in the career and calling that grew into that journey. Now, not only did he get to report the news at KMBC, he helped give the city his voice. Ted was a true frontline journalist. Over the years, many of us had the opportunity to work with him, and our experience was that he was always fair, balanced, and he took time to listen and to really care with intention. At a time when the First Amendment has been tested, especially in recent months, Ted understood that journalism is more than just reporting facts. It's about protecting the foundation of a free and informed society. He also showed that representation matters. That voices from the Asian American community and from all of our diverse communities deserve to be elevated and included in the stories that we tell about the city. His journalism work earned him well-deserved recognition, including Emmy and Golden Mike Awards. Despite the awards, though, what truly stands out is his integrity, humility, and his unwavering commitment to the people of Los Angeles. He covered the city through the times of challenge and uncertainty. Through it all, he has witnessed something powerful, the resilience of the city, and a resilience that continues to define Los Angeles. Now, it's time for him to take his next chapter. He continues his mission just in a different way, through ministry, through service, and through a continued dedication to uplifting others. Not for recognition or for accolades, but for the strength and purpose that has always defined his work. So today we honor more than a decades-long career. We honor a legacy of truth, service, and the fight to make sure every voice is heard. And we celebrate a man whose impact will continue to live on in our city. Today, we celebrate Ted Chen.
Thank you so much, Mr. Price. We have a few speakers on the queue for this item, starting with Mr. Lee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Price, for bringing Mr. Chen in. Mr. Chen, I just wanted to say thank you for keeping Angelenos informed over the years. There are a lot of stories that may not have been covered if it wasn't for you. And as an Asian American, just want to say that it's so important to bring different perspectives to stories, to bring different perspectives to reporting. I remember as a young kid just hoping to see an Asian person on TV, whether commercial, movies, and all I saw were caricatures. But then when I used to watch the news, I used to watch Connie Chung come on TV and be so proud that there was this Asian American there in such a prominent role that so many people were listening to. And I remember thinking, wow, if she can do this, so can I. And I want you to know that I'm sure there are a lot of young Angelenos out there that have watched you over the years that say, you know what, he inspires me, I can do it. He can do it, I can do it too. So thank you so much for your service over the years, and good luck in your new endeavors.
Thank you so much. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Price, for bringing in this legend. Ted, you have been, as John mentioned, you've been in all of our households, and you have affected so many people with your storytelling. And knowing that they were coming from a perspective that people trusted. You know, there's a lot of elected officials that would love to have that level of trust. And I think it just speaks to the authenticity with which you always told your stories. And I recall that we did a piece together when I launched the Rain Barrel program when we were in Silver Lake at a house when we were launching that program. And I remember going home or calling my folks and telling them that we did a story together. The amount of care and attention that you took in understanding what we were doing meant a lot. But it's why I think you actually had such an incredible following. But that was all based on who you are. And to know that in your second part of your journey, in following and practicing in your faith, I think says it all. Says exactly why you had and were able to connect with people so deeply and so authentically. And so congratulations on a wonderful career, on all of the influence and the manner of storytelling that you offered people in everyone's household. You know, in an environment today where sadly there's such distrust of even journalism, and just sticking to the facts and being honest and having integrity in it, you, sir, still represent the very best of what journalism is. And I want to thank you for that, because we need more authentic storytellers. We need more people that are willing to sustain the trust. And you've done that for so many generations and for so many communities. And so for that, I just want to say thank you. Congratulations on a well-deserved recognition, and my very best to you. I look forward to still remaining in touch. And by the way, I've talked to all the folks at NBC because Colleen Williams is another one of those incredible, like, just the continuity of what you all have brought over the years for NBC has really meant a lot. So congratulations to you on this really incredible career and milestone. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you in your future role as well. But thank you for everything that you did for us in Los Angeles. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Rodriguez. And thank you, Ted. I agree with all the comments that have been made. I think when we think about Los Angeles in our time period, you're part of our story. You've helped tell our story. You helped be a witness to who we've been. I don't know if there's a LA Newscaster Hall of Fame, but when I think about you, I think about Jerry Dunphy and Colleen Williams and Mark Brown and all the folks that just are a part of our lives, because when something's happening, we turn on the news, you're there giving it to us. And now I'm very excited to see you move from telling the story of Los Angeles to beginning to help write the story of Los Angeles and the journey that our faith communities take in helping develop individuals and families, but also help develop communities and help develop our city. So thank you for everything that you have done, and we're so excited about what you're going to do going forward. Councilmember Price.
Thank you. Ted, would you care to say a word?
Thank you so much, President Harris Dawson. I just want to introduce the people behind me. My incredible wife, Ariel, is behind me. My friend Ravi and my friend Linda and my friend Melody are behind me. Councilmember Padilla, Councilmember Park, Councilmember Rahman, Councilmember Rodriguez, Councilmember Soto Martinez, Councilmember Yavoslavsky, I'm in your district, President Harris Dawson, Councilmember Blumenfeld, Councilmember Hernandez, Councilmember Hutt, Councilmember Jurado, Councilmember Lee, Councilmember Nazarian. I have interviewed most of you. I've covered your press conferences. I remember in the days of Eric Garcetti, before COVID, sitting on those little steps below you, President Harris Dawson, and having that perspective. So it is really surreal and strange to be at this podium that I have covered and reported on for so long, listening to the people address you, hearing you address them. So very strange to be here, but I want to thank you for this incredible honor. But I also want to thank each and every one of you for your service. Councilmember Rodriguez, I think you touched on this. We live in a day and age where I think it's more challenging than ever to sit in those chairs and to be of service to the public. In my decades as a journalist, I've unfortunately seen the public dialogue, the way we talk to each other, coarsen and get angrier and get more bitter. So I think it takes a certain kind of courage and boldness to be a public leader as you have chosen to be. Yes, a lot is expected of you, and that's the way it should be. Yes, you should be held accountable, and that's the way it should be as well. But we, as the citizens of Los Angeles, need to be accountable as well. My wife and I collectively have been citizens of LA for more than 40 years. And we care a lot about the city, and we are committed to this city. So I also wanted to talk to my fellow Angelenos today and say that not only do we need to hold our public officials accountable, we need to hold ourselves accountable as well. We need to be engaged. We need to be participating in this amazing city, the City of Angels. My friend Ravi is a perfect example. He's the president of the Del Rey Neighborhood Council. And I always hold him up as a model of civic engagement because he cares about his neighborhood. We need to care not just about our neighborhood, but the city as a whole. I have so many strong memories of covering the city, of covering your campaign, Councilmember Park, of interviewing you, Councilmember Robin, when you were first elected. My wife and I care about the city very deeply, but we know that we can only make it better together. So as citizens, we can't only complain and criticize. That has its place, but we also have to care. We have to care about our city as a whole, and we have to care about our leaders and our council people. We have to lift them up as well. We have to encourage them because it's only from full hearts that they'll be able to lead us well. I'll end by quoting Jeremiah 29:7, which says that all of us as God's people are charged with seeking the prosperity and the welfare and the betterment of the city we live in. So I'd like to challenge all of us today to work together with our leaders to make Los Angeles the city that I know it is, the greatest city on the planet. Thank you so much.
All right, let the church say amen.
That was his, now we know why you want to go be a faith leader. You're going to be great. That was a wonderful sermon. Councilmember Price.
Let the church say amen. Ted, on behalf of a grateful community, we just want to celebrate you. And this proclamation is signed by myself and all members of the City Council and the City Clerk. We just appreciate the job you've done and will do. Keep up the good work.
Just one more note. I want to thank Councilmember Price most of all because he's the reason I'm here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Price.
So again, once you hear the name that you signed up under called aloud, please line up on your left-hand side of the council chambers. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
General public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Maya Daniels. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm the local policy initiatives organizer for the Trans Latina Coalition. The state of California and the county have stepped up and invested into the transgender, gender expansive, and intersex wellness and equity initiative. Where is the city? Where does it stand? Support does not just mean empty words. Support means protective action, hard conversations, and not forgetting about your most vulnerable constituents, as the stress of leadership takes your attention away from the reasons you even wanted these seats in the first place. The TGI Wellness and Equity Initiative is a small ask in comparison to the larger budget to support our community that is facing an increased targeted oppressive legislation. I need you to fight for us, not because you have trans family, not because it's going to get you more support, or because it's popular or not. It's because we are your constituents, and because we are asking our elected representatives to fight for us, to be our gladiators, to be for the people.
Okay, I'm here. I'm Miss Loretta Lorraine. I give command Hugo Martinez, Miss Heather, and Miss Hernandez. I'm going to old school, Mr. Price. Marquis, I'm talking to you. You need to get it together because we're here all the time to talk to you. You know, I worked at the Red Fox. If Mr. Red Fox gave me a chance, and also Mela Gear, and gave Java, and gave us a chance in their community, why can you step up and also get aboard with the program? Because you know, we're here all the time. We're human. You got stopped by the police. I got stopped by the police being me. But you know how it is. Don't judge. Always come for what we're supposed to do. Be here for the people and be for the community. Mr. Marquis, I respect that. And I respect you if you could do that. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bambi Salcedo, and I do have the privilege to be the president and CEO of the Trans Latina Coalition. I want to speak on item number 14 because it's important that this city, this council, and our mayor invest in the livelihood of trans, gender expansive, and intersex people. It is not right to say that there is no resources, that there's no money to support the lives, the dreams, the hopes, and the dignity of trans people in our city. And so it is time for us to really do what needs to be done to ensure that the livelihood of all of our communities are protected. And that includes people who are of trans experience. And so I know that you do have the power to make it right for our community. And this is a time to do it. I appreciate if you could do it and make sure that you do it.
Okay, so Speaker, that was your general public comment.
The next moment I want to dedicate it to all of our community. I know that earlier in the program, you dedicated a moment of silence. And what I want to do is dedicate a moment of power for our community. So when I say trans, you say power. Power. Trans. When I say trans, you say power. Trans. Trans.
Okay,
Trans.
so
Trans.
Speaker,
Trans.
thank you.
Trans.
Okay,
Trans. Trans.
so
Trans.
Speaker, at this point, I appreciate your public comment. At this point, I need you to continue with your public comment. Otherwise, you're going to forfeit your speaking time.
Our people are supported, are served, and to make sure that, yes. You can
All right, everybody, hold on. I'm going to hold your time at 9 seconds. You had 9 seconds left. Give her back to 3 seconds. Hold on. I'm talking now. You got 9 seconds left. So everybody has been warned. That was gorgeous, but you are disrupting the meeting. You cannot disrupt the meeting. We got to create time for everybody to speak. So continue speaking, but that is a disruption of the meeting, and everybody has been warned. So you can get your 9 seconds.
I had 20 seconds when he started stopping my...
Give her the 20 seconds. Let's go.
Thank you. I do want to say that we were not being interrupted, or we were not being disrupted. We were using my time as public comment to empower our community. So what I want to ask of all of us, right? We are here, and we have been here for the last 3 years to ask all of you
Okay.
to
Speaker,
support.
that is the additional 20 seconds. Again, we have a lot of people here. Appreciate everybody's enthusiasm, but we do need to move on to the next speakers, and we have to treat everybody equally.
Thank you so much. You've been here. We'll see you. We'll see you next time.
God sees and hears and knows everything. Nothing is hidden from God and the Holy Spirit. God knows what we say, even what we think, but do not say. While humans can be deceived and people may try to manipulate or harm others, you cannot fool God or the ancestors who watch over us. Every person will one day stand before God accountable for their actions. Today, I urge the city to stand with justice, compassion, and protection for all transgender people. Specifically, we ask this council to enact and enforce protections for trans people who are often face discrimination, violence, and neglect. Let this city be a place where every
Hi, my name is Paloma Bustos, and I'm with the Sunita Jain Anti-Trafficking Initiative at Loyola Law School. For months now, advocates and community organizations have been asking for the human rights reports from LA 28 and FIFA to be made public. These reports were due at the end of December 2025, and as of today, these have not been released. We also have not heard clear explanations as to the delay for these reports. If public resources are going to support these events, the public should be able to see the plans that are meant to protect the community. Right now, little is known about what concrete prevention efforts will be taking place to protect workers from exploitation and trafficking during these events. This includes protections for workers in construction, hospitality, and service industries, as well as vulnerable communities who may be targeted for exploitation. We understand the city is already facing funding challenges, and we are not asking the city to invest its own money, but LA 28 and FIFA should be using their own resources to use these protections. We urge the city to support transparency and call for these human rights reports to be made public. Thank you.
I will speak on item 14 and 19 as a longtime resident of City District 8. I know Marquise does not care. I know the president is busy tending to his special interests, and this is the reason why we wanted to move this through committee so that we wouldn't be faced the transphobia that this council president allows to have. As someone that grew up in South Central in City 8 in the failed district under the leadership of this council president, I had to move to City 13 to Filipino town so I could feel safer walking out of the street, so there can be lights and working conditions. Not that it's any better than City 8, but we're getting there. But anyways, this budget under this council president needs to make sure that it's investing in cares. And City 19,
hold on. Can we
in
pause this
19,
time?
we continue to see
Speaker,
different
your
transfers to
time
the
is paused.
LAPD.
Speaker, I need you requested 14 and 19, and I need you to speak to 14 and 19. Otherwise, I'm going to move you to general public comment.
They're on the budget.
So, no, the description for item 14 is your comments are not related to that. So I'm going to ask you politely.
On the budget, and I'm on
Understood,
item 19.
but this
if
is
you know
not
how
about
to
the
do your
budget. So this is
job.
your last warning. Go ahead. You can continue.
On item 19, we continue to see transfers to the LAPD being approved by certain council members who are worried about the fact that we're in another election cycle, and it's being approved by this council president. So that is the reason why my comments are referring to that office and this council president. I'm going to move on to public comment. This is the reason why we wanted this to move through budget committee, so that the council president doesn't just make up rules and does not silence the community and the public. We're here, we want to be heard, and you never in your rules clear everyone, clear the room, Marquise, clear the room. You never explained to the rules that during public comment, people are not allowed to disrupt. Instead, this council president allows our city attorney to come up here and campaign on the floor on the middle of a cycle year. Why are you silencing them? Why are you silencing trans people? And you can keep laughing, Marquise. You can keep laughing. I know it's a joke to you. You are a joke to the city. So we're going to continue being here. We need you to be invested in a commitment. Yeah, rise up. We need you to move this, and we need to move it now. Thank you, council members, for being here. I apologize that the council president needed to make sure that today, on this day of trans day visibility, he needed to silence the voices of trans and queer people, especially people from his district. Thank you.
Hello. Oh, adelante.
Sí.
Hello, my name is Bebe Olivares, and I live in the city of Los Angeles. Adelante, por favor.
Sí, soy miembro del Translatina Coalición. Mi propósito de estar aquí es para apoyar a mis compañeras transgénero que han sido violentadas, rechazadas, y apoyo, por favor, a los miembros del comité que nos tomen en cuenta, porque somos personas trabajadoras, somos personas que aportamos a la sociedad, somos visibles. Queremos que, por favor, ustedes se tomen la mano en el corazón.
Okay, can we pause our time so the interpreters can
Un segundo,
interpret?
por favor. So I am here as part of my Trans-Latina community and part of the Trans-Latina Coalition, and I'm here to support my community who have been abused, who have been rejected. But we are people who bring to society, we are workers and we are visible. Adelante, por favor.
Sí, necesitamos apoyo económico también para que la organización pueda subsistir y a la vez nos ayuden a todas. Yo formo parte de la comunidad y necesitamos más seguridad para nosotras, que nos hagan valer nuestros derechos. Gracias.
We need more economic support for us, for our community. We need more help. We matter and we need our rights to matter.
Thank you.
Next speaker.
On? Oh, okay, I'm on.
Okay,
I'm on.
you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Item number 1, I'm here in protest. Item number 1, deal with people for building safety or nuisance abatement. I know people want to live in California, but California is good the fuck up.
So, Mr. Herman, this is your only warning. I need you to stick, just like I instructed everyone else, I need you to stick to the agenda item. It is a LADBS lien item, so you're welcome to speak to it. Otherwise, I'm going to move you to general.
Well, thank you for interrupting my 1 minute in number 1. Now I go to 14, asshole. To support recover fucking Palisades fire disaster. Fucking funding for feasibility in a study? How many fucking studies do you want on feasibility in Palisades? They want their goddamn homes built. They're tired of sleeping in those fucking trailers. So what are you doing about it? What have you done about it? A whole year, and you picked this fire chief because you got rid of Miss Crowley. Fuck you. I support Miss Crowley. I hope she gets $1 million plus for you fucking her, the black mayor. Then I go into item of your bullshit.
Okay, please do not interrupt. His time is still going. If you want to speak to the items, you can. Otherwise, we can start you on general if you'd like.
Well, I'm waiting for the interruption to stop, sir. I'm being disrupted and you allow it. You are racist. You are racist. Tell me to stop that.
Okay, so you have been warned. I'm going to move to general public comment. I'm also going to ask the woman in the yellow jacket, please do not disrupt the speaker. I get it. But it's a disruption. Go ahead. You have 1 minute for general.
To all the motherfuckers here, and all the motherfuckers here know that God hates homosexuality. The nature behind Simplify Faggots is Snyder versus Phelps.
Folks,
we need
Homosexuality is a fucking freak.
to everyone in the audience, we have to get through public comment, okay? If we can't get through public comment and we can't continue this meeting, then we'll have to clear the room. So I'm going to ask that you please just let us finish public comment. The fastest way to get through this is to ignore what the speaker is saying. We do apologize. It does not represent the views of this council, individual members, their staff, or the city at large. But we have to let him finish his public comment. Mr. Herman, I'm going to ask that you please tie it to something within the city's subject matter jurisdiction. 36 seconds.
Regarding housing oversight at the special ad hoc, new housing construction and investments at 9 a.m., we were not supposed to talk about property taxes and the fucking budget. In 2022, you passed 4% to 5.5% on taxes, in which not one asshole in here received any of the ULA. So as I put on record, me sale del alma gritar con calor, fuck you, faggots!
It comes out of my soul to yell with heat.
Again, members of the public, unfortunately, we do not control what Mr. Herman says or what the other speakers say. We do apologize. It does not represent the views of the city. Mr. Herman, your time is up. If we hear you again, you will be warned and potentially asked to leave the meeting pursuant to Council Rule 7 and Rule 12. Good afternoon. Okay.
My name is Alexandra Magallon, and I am an intersex person born this way, the way God created me. I represent the community that is behind me, the transgender, gender nonconforming, and intersex community that were born exactly the way that we were created to be. This way. This beautiful, loving, caring, and most adorable way. This is who we are. To all of you representatives, all of you, even those who are not looking at me, those who are looking down at your desks, those who are having conversations with one another, those who are not paying attention to my 1 minute, all of you, I ask that you please pay attention to the needs of our community.
Next speaker.
I want to wish all of you a fresh season of hope and good wishes in 2026. I would like to address the current parking problems of Angelenos. One is the meters that don't work at various sites of business districts. The other issue is the plastic bump guards that constrict the traffic in certain areas, especially near Cal State Northridge. Once again, I want to make sure that all drivers have a better chance to park and drive to places of commerce and interest. LA needs to be #1 in everything so we could have a desired lifestyle of happiness and leisure. Let's see if we can prepare for a better tomorrow with all the ups and downs we encounter. Have a nice weekend, and best wishes to the soon-to-be college grads and all the school kids. Have a joyful spring break and best of luck.
Hola a todos y todas. Mi nombre es Catalina Magdaleno.
Hello everyone, my name is Catalina Magdaleno.
Estoy aquí abogando por mi comunidad y también de parte de la Trans-Latina Coalition.
I'm here advocating for my community and also for the Trans-Latina Coalition.
Me siento muy orgullosa de ser parte de la comunidad TCL.
I'm very proud to be part of this community.
Proteger a las mujeres transgénero es una cuestión de dignidad, humildad y básica y seguridad.
Protecting trans women is a basic question of dignity and safety.
Las mujeres trans, especialmente las mujeres trans de colores, siguen enfrentando niveles de desproporcionados y violencia.
Trans women, especially trans women of color, continue to experience unusually high levels of violence.
Discriminación y barreras para acceder a las viviendas, atención médicas y
and
también
barriers to
empleos.
accessible housing.
Esto no es aceptable en ninguna sociedad
This is
afirmar valores y
unacceptable in any
seguridad.
society.
Proteger las mujeres trans significa garantizar que estén seguras en su comunidad.
Protecting trans women means guaranteeing we are safe in our own communities.
Que sus identidades sean afirmadas y que tengan igualdad de acceso a las oportunidades.
That our identities are affirmed and that we have the same rights to opportunities as everyone else.
Significa alzar la voz contra la violencia,
It means raising our voice against violence.
Y mantener afirmaciones en la verdad, la compasión y derechos humanos.
And maintaining our affirmation in our truth and basic human rights.
Cada mujer trans merecen vivir, prosperar y ser tratada con respeto. Muchas gracias.
Every trans woman deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Carolina Bueller. You know, I'm a candidate for governor of California. I'm also non-binary. proud. I'm here just to advocate that you please add the initiative, the TGI Equity and Wellness Initiative on the mayor's agenda so it could become a line item in the budget. If we take care of the transgender community, we really do take care of the rest of the communities as well, because thanks to the transgender community and their hearts and their beautiful souls, they uplift us. So if we take care of the transgender community, we take care of everyone. Come on. So I just ask you to please make that a priority right now and not later. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
I want to thank you for your comments towards Mr. Marquisi. It's something I couldn't do. I have to be respectful,
Okay,
but you
so-
challenged him. So, and he and I don't get along. I don't
Understood.
get- right? We
But
don't get
Speaker,
along. So,
Mr. Candido, stick to the items first, and you can speak to General.
Anyway, this is why I come down to City Council. Days like this, when you have groups in the community who are fighting for their rights, and I get to sit there and because I'm trying to fight almost every
Okay.
weekend, and we hear them.
Mr.
come out to
Candido,
you
it's
guys.
good to see you, but
I'm
again-
going to do just general public comments.
Okay, then you
sir.
get 1 minute. Go ahead.
Anyway, one of the greatest gifts we have in this council, in this building, is homeboys. I don't know if you folks have ever taken the time to talk to the people down there. I mean, they are wise. They have gone through so much. If you ever have a problem with your child and you want some help on how to handle it, please talk to the people down there. They're awfully, awfully good. I asked what I should say to you guys today, and you know what they said? Almost each and everyone say that you love them. And I said, you want me to tell Mr. Lee, who hasn't done shit for my neighborhood, that I love you? Well, Mr. Lee, I'm going to take their advice and say, God bless you, I love you. My Reseda street looks like shit, but I love you, Mr. Lee, and I hope that somewhere, somehow, you find it inside you to say, wait a minute, I live on Mason, which looks like a paradise. I've got to take care of Mr. Merez's Reseda Boulevard. So I'm going to say that.
Good afternoon. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for General. Please begin with the items.
So let's see here. Mr. Police abuse on item number 1 there. Let's see here. You're abusing your constituent with a $4,200 lien there, Mr. Police Abuse, Mr. President. So if you're tired of police abuse, why are you fining some family $4,000 for some bullshit fucking lien? You know, it starts at home. Cancel the fucking lien, then you can bitch about being a victim, rather than being a victimizer at the same time. Now we get to 14, the fire. What fire? Was there a goddamn fire? I was out of town for a couple of years. No, there was a goddamn fire. Oh, 2 goddamn fires. This one here is what, the Pacific Palisades fire? I gave the feds what I had on it. I told them how it started. I showed them my videos of LAFD never putting out smoldering fires for the past 5 years. And they said, well, that doesn't matter. That was in CD1. Well, sure it does, because you have a pattern and practice of not putting out fires when they smolder. That is called a pattern and practice, and under the federal rules of civil procedure, you know what that means? The city's guilty. So what I would suggest the city do is get $5 to $10 billion somewhere. It's under the cushions. I got $1 billion right here.
Okay, you've exhausted your 1 minute on item 14.
That's it. Get that fucking money ready and start paying those goddamn rich people. So now let's see here. We got commissioners to the Board of Fire Commissioners. Listen, don't take the fucking job, John Perez, Jeremy Abraham, Jose Cornejo. Don't get on that panel, because if you do, and the feds later find out that you were involved implicitly in a cover-up, you could be indicted for conspiracy. So would you take a non-paying job appointed by these criminals? Current Price is facing his 12 felony charges. He's going to vote on it. Would you take that job and risk going to prison for the next 5 to 20 years? The answer is no. So please don't serve on this panel. However, I will volunteer to serve on the Board of Fire Commissioners. If you appoint me, I will serve on it. I will serve on it, and I, in open session, will give the evidence that I have, that you guys cannot defend those cases on the fire, and those settlements should be settled. The city attorney should be directed to immediately intermediation and a class action. That's my gift to you on Norus, you scumbags, right? So now on a general comment.
1 minute.
See, I've been away for a while, and everybody's so concerned about my health and my safety. And the outpouring of emotion in my well-being, was it those 12 federal agents that came out to my house 3 months ago? Was that what it was? Was it the DOJ that flew out here and gave me a 6-hour deposition? Was that it? Was that what the fuck happened? Well, you know what they found? Same thing in 2016. Innocent. Now we're going to find out who sent the fucking email. We're going to find out who hacked my fucking email and my accounts and did it on federal property. So these charges are going to be federal. They're not going to be current price, getting 16 fucking month extensions. This shit's going to get rammed through the feds. So again, you guys are all going to prison. Enjoy your holiday thinking about that.
Hi, good morning, council members. My name is Sebastian Brock, and I use he, him pronouns. I live in District 8. Marquise Harris Dawson, please listen. I'm here today finding myself outraged. We have a citywide housing crisis. ICE is still terrorizing our immigrant communities and even begun to patrol our airports. The TGI2 community continues to face hate crimes, sex crimes, discrimination, and gender inequality. Kansas, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and several other states have introduced anti-trans legislation, including a recent ban on drag queens, a recent ban on ID documents in Kansas, a recent legislation that would forcibly out our TGI siblings in Tennessee. And yet, I don't see y'all doing anything to protect us here in LA. We're your constituents. I live in your district. I need to know what you're gonna do to protect me as a constituent. I'm here demanding accountability and leadership from all of you.
Good afternoon, City Council members. My name is B. Curiel. I serve as the Director of Policy at the Trans-Latina Coalition. I'm here to uplift my community members that are here with us today, who have showed out and who have been showing out for the last few months in support of the TGI Wellness and Equity Initiative, a need for a really real investment into our communities. There are TGI people struggling with homelessness and housing insecurity in each one of your districts, and we really need your support to support the capacity of these community-based organizations that are on the floor, in the front lines, supporting our folks that are struggling every single day. So today we ask to please continue to support our community. We ask to move forward the investment into our communities and uplift the great work, the many hats that these folks and community leaders continue to do. So we are here to let you know that we as a community will not back down, and we're here to continue showing support for each other.
Thank you. Next speaker.
It's Lisa Ceballos, and I'm here with the Trans-Latina Coalition. We're here because the TGI Angelinos deserve more than just a symbolic recognition. We deserve an infrastructure and an investment. Our presence here on City Hall today is not just a request for permission. It's a declaration of our rights to be heard. The TGI Wellness Equality Initiative provides the stability and a life-affirming services for our community. It has been denied for too long now. There's many great organizations like the Trans-Latina Coalition that are already doing this work. It's not like we just started yesterday. We have showed up again and again. You guys have heard about our job, so we're asking you to please consider supporting us in the work that we're doing to making sure that in the future years we continue doing the amazing work that we're doing for our community. Thank you.
TGI people, especially those who are low income, undocumented, or working in service and care industries, often feel the economic and housing impacts of disasters, even when they're not the immediate burn zone. When recovery processes move quickly without intentional outreach, TGI residents are usually the last to receive information and the most vulnerable to displacement. A DRD can bring needed resources, but only if the planning is transparent, multilingual, and centered on renters and impacted workers, including TGI workers. Recovery must not become an opening for speculation or exclusion. Many TGI people work in these number 18, these school support roles, classroom aides, cafeteria staff, after-school mentors. These are the adults who create stability for students, including TGI youth who rely on affirming trusted staff on campus. Supporting this resolution strengthens the workers who hold our schools together and the environment our young people depend on. When school staff are supported, students are supported, and that includes trans, gender nonconforming, and intersex youth who need safe, stable campuses. But both items reflect a shared truth. When the city invests in people's stability, safety, and working conditions, TGI communities benefit directly. I urge the council to move forward with equity at the center. For general public comment, I want to uplift what happened today, both outside and inside the building. At the CGI Takeover press conference, our community showed up with joy, beauty, and power. And inside these chambers, people were loud, energized, and demanded the passage of the TGI Wellness and Equity Initiative. That loudness is not disorder. It's a cry for help from a community that has been pushed aside by systems that were never built for us. Our people have been forced to be loud because our quiet plans, our quiet pleas, our stories, and our suffering have gone unanswered. This is the same lineage of resistance carried by Sir Lady Java when she fought rule number 9, when being loud was the only way to survive. I also want to thank Councilmember Heather Hutt, their team, Eunices Hernandez, Isabel Jurado, for standing with us. Heather Hutt in particular for standing with us today and for continuing to champion the TGI Wellness and Equity Initiative. Your presence matters and it sends a message that community deserves to be heard and seen. Thank you so much. Que viva la TGI people!
And for members of the public who are watching via Channel 35 or YouTube, we're just waiting for, it looks like a group is leaving. So after they leave, we will begin with public comment for the special meeting agenda.
Test. Test, test.
Okay. Mr. Herman, you know the rules. This is a special. You get 3 minutes for the items. Go ahead.
Pardon me, sir?
Start. Your time has started, Mr. Herman.
I got a lot of time. Please and thank you, Mr. Mark Dodson. Mark Dodson, regarding how to create a farmer's working day, I'm totally embarrassed in the way the unions, the nonprofits participated in not addressing the real issue about child abuse. Child abuse is a crime. That presentation you had earlier, Ms. Hutt, was very good, except the problem is, why didn't any one of you 15 people not support the Farm Workers Day program when those 15-year-olds and 14-year-old girls were raped by Cesar Chavez? Why was that? Not one of you. Not one of you raised your hand to say what he did, Soto, was wrong, or what Ms. Padilla would say was illegally harmful to our society, or what Ms. Hernandez should have said. No se puede. But you guys allowed it. That's fine. I accept it. God hates you. You're all going to hell. I appreciate that. Now on to my next item, right? Grote. Next item?
Go ahead.
Okay, so looking up, I got 22. Farm Workers Day in the city of Los Angeles now, 22. Fucking proclaim that the fucking Monday on March as fucking Farmers Day in the city of Los Angeles for the fucking Angelicis to honor the fucking many contributions by your fucking unions and your nonprofits to fuck young children. That's great. Isn't that great? Not one of you dared to stand up to a fucking professional, teacher, policeman like they have in Whittier that raped 4 explorers in the back of their car. But not one of you dared to speak about it other than Smoke and Scan. Thank you, Smoke and Scan. Loud and clear, Smoke and Scan. We know what the scam is, right? You go about presentations and yet you don't want to address the real issues. Why Farmer Workers Day should be even considered. We got officers of the LAPD that are great officers. I won't name all of them, but I'm going to name the bad ones. Fuck the cadets, right? Grote, you know those ones. You like that kind of shit. You're a dog eater. Let me go to the next one now. Oh my God. This material you give me is so great. You know what? Matter of fact, in my 14 seconds, let me just finish off on item 22. God bless you, Donald Trump. Keep the simplified fags out of our government. Thank you.
Next speaker.
Before the next speaker begins, I would like to call up the last name on the list, David Gonzalez.
And to members of the public who are listening remotely or who are here in person, we appreciate your patience, and we appreciate through the next couple speakers as well. You have 3 minutes for the items. Go ahead.
Good. So let's see here. So the guy's dead. So after a guy's dead, and you name every fucking thing you can after him, the victim comes back 35 years later and says, I was raped? The fuck is that about? Didn't Dolores know she was raped in 1989? 1979? Or Bob, did she just forget? She had a brain fog. You named all this fucking shit after this guy. And she stood right the fuck there while you did it. So what? She can later revoke the license of political correctness? Like they're going to do to Marchese as soon as that shit comes out that I have about his personal use of that vehicle.
Please stick to the agenda items or you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time. This is your only warning.
I'm done talking about defiling politicians and famous people. So, you want to change the name of Sunset Boulevard, which is Cesar Chavez? I got it. Nobody's going to disagree with this. Brooklyn Dodgers Avenue. Because right next to it will be Vince Scully Way. So you literally could go to Dodger games and have it called Brooklyn Dodgers Way and Vince Scully Way. That's it. Nobody's going to disagree. It's a perfect fucking name change. But we need the support of the councilwoman for CD1. She even here? Or is she busy hiding behind those bushes there eating food? I can't see. By the way, that's a good thing.
Okay, you were warned. You forfeited your speaking time. Again, we ask you to stay on topic for the agenda items. You failed to do so. Next speaker. Giving you wide latitude, and you weren't on topic. So.
That's your time.
That's your time.
Next
this is your first and only formal warning. Do not disrupt this meeting. If you continue to disrupt this meeting, then you'll be subject to removal pursuant to Rule 7 and Rule 12. All right. We need to move on to the other speakers.
You've been warned, Mr. Spindler. If you continue to disrupt, all right, you're removed from this meeting. Welcome back. Mr. Spindler, please exit the chambers immediately. You've been removed from this meeting, Mr. Spindler. Please exit. Mr. Spindler, you've been removed from this meeting. Mr. Spindler continues to disrupt the meeting after being asked repeatedly to leave the chamber, and goes on and on and on, to the extent that it does not make sense for this chamber to allow him in again in the near future. Mr. City Attorney. Councilmember Hernandez.
I have comments on this item, Council President? Or
We're getting to item. We're coming to items.
Okay.
All right.
I assume all
Mr.
items.
Candido.
What would you like to speak to, Mr. Candido?
22 is about Cesar Chavez, correct?
Yes.
All
so,
right. Item 22 then, please.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
And I apologize if I come in and out. But do you folks remember just a few weeks ago on the 13th? You remember Richard Polanco stood here and he was surrounded by all these people who were praising him. There was one who even went on to Congress And he was accused a few years back. And they said, you know, somehow maybe there was an issue with him and a young lady. What are you guys going to do then when they come back and say, well, wait a minute, that guy did
Mr.
something
Candino,
back then?
there is
This
no
is
general
about
public
Cesar
comment.
Chavez.
Okay, then
This is
please
about
stick to the
changing
item.
name. Sir, I'm following the topic. We're talking about changing names and what happens to Latino politicians every time something bad goes bad. We just had the superintendent of schools removed. Okay, he's on leave. So I have a right to speak about this, sir. Hold my time. How much time do I have, sir?
You have 4 seconds.
Now 3.
You know what, Mr. Marquise? I didn't agree with everything that that person said, but you know what? You're living up to that reputation.
Speaker,
So-
your time
That's your
has
time.
expired.
Thank you so much. I think that concludes our speakers for this special meeting. Huh? One more? All right. Last speaker. Oh, my favorite. Come on up, Mr. Kwan. You got to make way for Mr. Kwan. You're taking up his time.
Okay, Mr. Candido, please vacate the podium so we can move on to the next speaker. Good afternoon. What would you like to speak to?
All items.
Okay, so you have
I'll be
3
brief,
minutes.
though.
3 minutes for the items. Go ahead.
We've got a bunch of items for Council District 8 here, and I will be reaching out to some of your offices about some stuff I've heard, and I promise that when you hear about it, you'll wish that you voted against all of Marquise's items. Lastly, I'll just say this is a special meeting agenda. There are a bunch of items on it. And Karen's Charter Reform Commissioners have pushed forward a proposal that she have the ability to unilaterally call special meetings of this body, stuff whatever items she wants on those agendas, at whatever frequency she wants, and
Mr.
force
Kwan,
you to vote on them.
I know you know the rules. This is not on the agenda, and there is no general public
I know, I just
comment.
wanted to sneak it in.
I understand. Would you like to speak? Thank you.
All right, that concludes public comment for the special meeting. Madam Clerk, what's before us?